the sun shines bright and the seeds are sown. Portugal, it's the place to be. Join the community, come and see. Expats Portugal.
And I'm going to say a very good evening to you. This is a D7 Visa Renewals in Portugal, what every expat needs to know before 2026. It is the 25th of September 2025. And we're here with Gilda and Luciana from EI, from A. And some really important questions tonight. Whether you're newly settled or have been enjoying life in Portugal for some time, it's important to stay informed about your residency status, especially if you're living here on a D7. As the immigration system continues to evolve, it's changed, of course, from CEF to AIMA. The renewal process can be uncertain at times. Requirements may shift. Appointment availability can vary, as we've heard, most weeks, and timelines aren't always clear. That's why planning ahead is more important than ever. So tonight, among other questions, we'll be looking at whether a NIS number is now required for D7 renewals. That's the NISS. How to get one of those if you do need one, and the Chave Móvel Digital, online or in person. What AIMA expects in terms of bank statements, income and spending. What documents homeowners and renters must provide, whether responsibility agreements and notarized documents are needed. That's a fairly new thing that's caused some concern. How Portugal is handling the NHR commitments for existing residents. What to do if only one spouse is listed on the lease or deed. How to prove residency and tax compliance effectively, among other many questions that have come in from our wonderful community and membership. So we'll get into those after we found out how Gilda and Luciana are doing. Good evening to you, Gilda. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. How are you and how was Lisbon?
Actually, Debbie stole my quotes because I was going to say that all the answers for this webinar are very easy. It depends.
Right.
So
yes,
we can just finish the webinar.
Should we leave it there? Should we leave it there for the evening? Okay. Well, I know for many people, you're the secret weapon for getting through this process and for calming nerves, Gilda, in a way I don't think you fully appreciate for people who are dealing with these processes. Unlike you, every day, you and your team are dealing with these things every day. For them, it's like something they dread and look forward to having in the future and is coming down the pipe towards them, and they need to be prepared. And I think you and Luciana are the best people to answer these questions that they've sent in to us.
Yes, but we are under medication to stay calm because of all these changes.
Okay, so we may also have a medical recommendation this evening as well, because you're both in remarkably good shape, it would seem, on the screen. Gilda, we know and love you, and we see you on the Dream Team on Town Hall week to week, every fortnight. Luciana, I wonder if we might be introduced to you. We don't see you so much in this environment. It'd be lovely to get to know you a little bit better. Where do you work, and what sort of what's your average day like at EI?
Hi. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm a lawyer working with AI, with Gilda, and it's my pleasure being here to clarify and bringing good information, for everybody. I can see that there are some clients here, Clive, Terrell. I have been speaking with them.
I was going to say fans. Your fan club are here this evening. So that's
great. So, and as Gilda said, we are under medication because in dealing with renewals, it has been really, really tough. But yes, we are here to help provide you information, and with us, with our team, all will be in great hands.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. So let's get into the questions. I think it's a mixture, with Gilda of medication and meditation as well. Some of the stress relief that's needed in this situation at the moment. So let's get straight into it. One of the recent changes and demands, Gilda, was this NIS number, Social Security, not to be confused with a NIF, not to be confused with an SNS, the health number, but the NIS. What is it, and is it now required for D7 visa renewals, even for people who are retired, who you wouldn't think would need a Social Security number because they're not working anymore?
Okay, so as you know, all these changes regarding the foreigners are happening because the government decided to be stricter with all the requirements. So now, first of all, we need to explain, and Luciana, correct me if I'm wrong, that we have two types of renewals right now. We have
Correct.
the renewals from the residency permits that expired before the 30th of June, and the ones that expired from 1 of July on. Okay, so the process is different. For those that expired until the 30th of June, you must go in presence. You must have an appointment and go in presence to an AIMA office, and either you show the NIS or you can ask for a statement from the Social Security saying that you don't have a NIS yet. Okay?
Okay.
So what are we doing? We are helping our clients to get the NIS because we know in advance that it's going to be a requirement for the future. And we are helping our clients to get the NIS, and the best way to do it is on person. So we go very early, we get the ticket, and when it's about time, we see when it's about time for the client to be there, we call the client to meet us, and then we help them to take the NIS. If they don't want or they don't have time to go and have the NIS, we go on their behalf to get this statement saying that they don't have the NIS. Okay, but this is for all the processes before for the residency permits that expired before the 30th of June.
Right.
Right? Then from 1 of July on, and we are, it opened, I think, yesterday for October, right, Luciana?
Yes, yes. The portal is already open for October expiring cards.
Yes. For the cards that are going to expire in October, you can now also go to the renewal portal and try to submit your process. What happens? You need to submit the NIS on this online process. Okay.
Okay.
But the portal is not working very well. It has some bugs. And this is where all the stress starts.
Yep.
Because you go and you run to get the NIS, and then you go to the portal, and sometimes you try to submit the NIS, and they don't communicate. Luciana, can you please explain this better?
Yes, because for instance, even if the applicant has the NIS, the number, the portal, is not including this number, and the portal does not allow to submit the request. So now what we are expecting is that AIMA fixes this bug. We believe they are trying to improve this portal because it's new, and probably the IT, they are working, but this is a problem because even if you have the number, that, as Judah said, we do believe that this will be mandatory anyway, but now we are struggling exactly to make this number be included, into the AIMA system, into the portal. And we are comparing this in a daily basis to see how it goes.
So it's not joined up, basically. A decision was made to have the NIS included, but it's like the tech team weren't told about that, so they're playing catch up with that, and you're putting the necessary pressure on to bring that about. Great. I think that's probably all we need to say at the moment about the NIS change. I do see you in there. We've got GC. And who else have we got in there? So there were some questions. Oh yeah, Nancy, thank you very much. Karen, we'll come to you in the second part of the recording, okay, where we're with the Expats Portugal Premium members, and we'll give you some personal service there. That's a benefit, of course, of being a member, and you can stick around and talk to the experts after the main part of the recording if you're seeing this on YouTube sometime in the future. So we'll come back to you on those specifics in personal circumstances. For the time being, thanks for that explanation on the NIS number and that recent change. What's the easiest way for people to get the NIS? I mean, that's with you, as you've described there. And this other development that's connected with that, the Chave Móvel Digital. Is it mandatory for accessing the services like getting a NIS number, or will it be for AIMA in the future? Can you tell us what is the Chave Móvel Digital and its importance in the process then, please? Are we staying with you, Luciana, for that?
Yes, as long as we are campaigning, this is not mandatory,
Yep.
to apply for these numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
It's up to, of course, it's up to each person applying for this. For instance, I don't have it, but so it's not mandatory at all for and from our in our point of view, from our perspective, we don't believe that this is helpful to expedite this process, because Social Security, as Gilda said, we really believe that the easiest way, is going in person.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, go on, Gilda.
Let me just say something. This thing about the Chave Móvel Digital is something that I don't know where you get this from. Luciana doesn't have. I don't have it. I never need it. I don't even know how it works.
When I've asked before, I found it very reassuring to find that most Portuguese professionals don't have one.
No.
I think what's happening when foreigners see it, they assume that all Portuguese people have them. And when we're feeling more comfortable using online services than speaking to people, which is often the case with the foreigners, we see that you can access some services with the digital key, which makes things a little bit easier. For like finances, for example, I think you can use digital key to get in there and other services. So on the one hand, it's reassuring for us to know that you don't need one, and most Portuguese people don't seem to. It looks like it's part of the future. And it could be quite reassuring for foreigners, I think, to be able to use it. So I'm guessing they can get in touch with you to help be enabled with that system, right? And you could take them to the Loja da Cidadã or something like that to help them with that.
Yes, the one that deals with this kind of services is Carla.
Okay, so Carl, yes, of course, and with all the excellent motoring services as well that she offers. So she would be somebody, for example, who could help if you're thinking,
Yes.
if you keep encountering a way of logging in as a digital key, Carla can help with that. I guess.
Yes, I'm even thinking about hiring her for that.
Yourself. Brilliant. Okay. Me as well. Maybe Luciana too. We get a discount. Okay.
Yeah, I'll contact Carla to help me.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Again, it helps. Of course, I can see in some comments. It
Yes.
helps for in some process, but focusing on renewals and
Yes.
Social Security, honestly, I don't see. It is how it could expedite or be mandatory for this process, because of course we are talking about renewals now.
Yes, of course. That's the context of tonight's conversation, and perhaps we can pick that up in the premium lounge at 9 o'clock this evening. See who has got that, who hasn't got that, and where foreigners have been asked for it in a different circumstance other than renewals. Excellent. Okay, that's the Chave Móvel Digital, the digital key for accessing services here in Portugal. Bank statements then. How much has this changed and what's needed at the moment? How should people prepare with their bank statements at renewal meetings?
Okay, this has changed also. So now you need to take the last 3 months bank statements from the Portuguese bank, and it needs to show that you have the final amount that you have there needs to be at least 11,000 euros. Okay.
All right.
Sometimes it's not enough, depending from the AIMA of one AIMA office to another. Sometimes it's not enough. And they will ask for the passive income sources. So if you had if you still have the passive income, the proof of your passive income from your own country, I will strongly advise you to bring them with you. As well as if you have savings and investments also.
Okay, all right. So there you go. That's covering savings and income. There is there anything else we need to know about with the statements?
Yes, you should if you are a couple, 11,000 euros is for one person.
Okay.
For the second person, it should be half of it.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
As was always the case, right? So the second person, 50.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So that stays the
Yeah.
same. The amounts are changing. Go on, Luciana.
Yeah, sorry. No, yes, because usually from our experience, most of couple, for instance, if it's a couple, they have a joint bank account.
Yeah.
Okay. So of course, the amount they can present the same bank statements, but as you'd explain it, we need to be careful about the amount, considering even the application is from because it's always good to be on the safe side.
Okay. Yes. As you often do with your company, erring on the safe side there, belt and braces. Thank you. We lost you for a moment, but I think we got the gist of that. And that deals with the sort of jitteriness about if it seems like just one partner has most of the income. That is that a problem, or are we looking at a sort of an average of income? Have you seen that as an issue when one of the partners is a big earner and there's not so much income perhaps with the second, or are they seen as a household effectively as a couple?
No, that is not a problem at all.
Okay.
Okay. If they have a joint bank account, they should present the joint bank account.
Yeah.
If they have separated bank accounts, they can show the separated bank accounts and the marriage certificate.
Right, but it's the total that
married.
matters. It's the total that matters, not what one person is earning.
Yes.
The other one is
Yes.
okay. That's good to know. Okay, these are the things that come up for people, and these are great questions. So thank you to our community for sharing these with us. Going a bit further into that, and what the detail on the statements, for example. Are the people who are looking at these this paperwork assessing spending habits? Are there particular patterns of spending or amounts of spending they're looking for with certain types of spending in the household budget?
No. They don't look at your expenses or at where are you expending your or money. They are only focused if you have enough money to get through 1 year. So that's why we say the 11,000, because it's closer to one Portuguese minimum wage. They will be okay with that. And also, if you show that your passive income is still coming through to your Portuguese bank account.
Okay, very good. All right. You said 3 months, I believe, there's a lot of technicals here. 3 months of bank statements.
Yes.
3 months of income.
Of the last bank statements.
How do you mean? It's the last 3 months, the preceding
The
3
last 3 months.
Yeah, okay. And what about income, wage slips or dividends, income coming in? Is that also 3 months, to clarify on that? Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so 3 months there. All right, good. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the questions that are coming into the chat. Homeowners, if somebody has a home rather than has the 12-month rental agreement, what documents are needed there to prove ownership?
Okay, so they keep changing all the time.
Okay.
I'm sorry, they keep changing all the time. So I took a picture today. So this is fresh news, okay?
Okay. Wow,
let
this just
me
in, like, hold the front page from actual interactions today. This is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, because they keep changing it all the time. And today I went to the AIMA office and I asked them to take a picture of it. Let me see. Let me see.
Okay. I mean, with the house, with the homeowners, I'm thinking, take everything, which is good sort of standard practice anyway, isn't it?
Yes, but everything changed. Okay, so let me see. If you own a house, you need to show the permanent property certificate,
Right.
okay, that you can take from a portal. We are doing that service for our clients because it can be quite difficult. We take it and you have to pay 15 euros,
Right.
a fee of 15 euros to the government. So you need to take this document and also prove that.
Can I stop you there? Is that the habitation license to show that somebody lives there?
No,
It's a different
it's
thing.
different. This
Okay.
is a certificate that states that you have the ownership of the house.
Would the deed not do that, or is it again enough?
No, the deed is not enough now.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. Thank you for
Yes,
that.
Yes.
Terrell wrote here, certidão predial permanente.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Terrell is my client. I have been talking.
Okay.
And I explain
Terrell.
exactly, you know. Yeah, I know Terrell. Perfect.
So,
Yes.
folks, so you know, cut and paste that from the chat. Certidão predial permanente alongside the deed and any other ownership certificates that you've got, CPCV deed, IMI tax receipts, anything else, Yilda, as of our update today?
No, that for property owners, that's the only thing.
Okay, so certidão predial permanente, the emphasis.
And also, in one AIMA office, they asked for the proof of the stamp duty from the house. So if you have, yes, when you buy the property, you have to pay the stamp duty on it. So if you can bring that with you, it's not mandatory, it's not on the documents, but it happened.
Okay, belt and braces, better on the safe side. Okay, so to the renters then, landlord ID we've heard just recently is required. And what about a notarized lease? Before it was proof, wasn't it, that the rental agreement was registered with Finances? So it's escalated to landlord ID and a notarized lease in some cases, it would appear.
Okay, so I'm going to read everything that it's needed now for someone that is renting a house.
Okay.
Okay, so it is the rental agreement. Okay.
Yep.
No need to be certified.
As in not notarized.
No, not
Yes, it must be registered at the tax office.
Okay.
Yes,
But not this. Yes, exactly.
Yes, I was going to say that next. You need the rental agreement. You need the communication to the tax office. You need the electronic receipt that the landlord sends to you. You need the certidão predial permanente to show that the landlord owns the house.
Yes,
okay?
that makes sense.
And you need a statement from the landlord, and this is where it comes the certification of the signature.
Yep.
And the certification of the ID from the owner of the house. And also you have to sign a declaration that you live in the house. This declaration they are giving now when you are making the renewal. They give you to sign it there. But I think I've been told that in a near future, because this was from last week, okay, in the near future, you also need to recognize your signature on these statements. So it's a statement from the landlord and it's a statement from the tenant.
And just to clarify on that, these are statements that are made at the time of your appointment, or that you need to take with you in advance?
You need to take with you in advance.
All
For the moment, they are being flexible about you that are renting the house, doing the statement there. But of course, that the landlord must make the declaration before and needs to recognize his signature in a lawyer or a notary.
Okay, we've got Thea wanting to ask a question. Would you like to do that now, Thea? Is that important to you to
If
ask?
I can, being that we're on this topic of the rental, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so in our lease, it says automatically renews, and it renewed September 1st. So of course, you know, it's in between. My AIMA is coming up October 15th. So my lawyer, I had asked her, do I need a new document? And I didn't realize, because it's in Portuguese, that it automatically renews. So she talked to my landlord and she talked to me. She said, right now, it's not required that, you know, they have the notarized, you know, signature, the landlord and all that documentation Gilda's talking about. But some of the folks have been asked from AIMA for a certified, you know, like what Gilda is talking about. So I had my landlord, he's living in Germany, so he had to go to the consulate, get his signature, you know, notarized and all this documentation. So he's mailing it to me. So even though, you know, right now it's not mandatory, some folks are being asked. So you never know if you're going to be the luck of the draw that they ask.
Thank you, Thea. Yeah, okay, that's good to know.
Thank you. Yes, but you know, now with the new thing that they fixed on the AIMA, they are going to ask about it.
Okay.
They are asking for all the process for this statement.
Okay, and there's obviously a delay there. If as your landlord's living in another country, that will put a delay in, won't it? And an extra complication. So worth knowing about with that. Thea, is that everything from you? Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, so that's homeowners and renters. The next question, I guess, could apply to both. The atestado, the residency certificate from your local Junta de Freguesia, when is that needed? Or is that just across the board now?
No, it's they finished with that. Okay.
Right.
Because there was a lot of corruption around these atestados de junta.
Yeah.
So many people were paying to get them.
Okay.
So they cut it now. They don't want to see that. That's why they are asking for more documentation. So
everything you just described with
yes.
the rental agreements and so on, and the ID of the landlord, that has replaced the atestado, which was sufficient until now. Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Gail and Dwight. Gail, did you want to ask something on this particular subject?
I didn't get hear very clearly the second document for homeowners.
Okay, let me come back to that in our second part for the members. And
okay.
Absolutely.
And letters of responsibility.
Yep. Okay. We will make
that
sure
you could be in the second part, but for some people, like, we're not married, and so there was a requirement for our initial VFS that since the house is in Dwight's name, as his other was, and I'm living here, of course, that residencia, there was a letters of responsibility that I was living here from him. And so I guess whenever we work with EI, they can explain how I have to do mine if I'm sort of in a where
we'll make sure you get a definitive.
Yeah, it's going to be a
I know, making sure that Dwight does what he's supposed to do for
I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee.
I know. What is he going to have to?
We'll have a word with him.
spare?
Bring him to the
Yeah.
premium lounge at 9, and we'll have a word with him there, Gail.
He's on the phone in the US trying to get a health insurance for his brother. So I'm focused on this, and he's been on the phone for an hour and a half in the US. So
bring him along with a bourbon at 9, and we'll have a chat with him then. Okay.
Oh, well, a scotch, maybe bourbon.
I'll need to move.
Definitely.
I'll need to move on now, Gail. But we'll make sure you
Okay.
get your question
Thank you,
answered.
Carl
No,
and
not at all.
Gilda.
No, thank you very much. Okay, let's move on then to the NHR. If that's everything you need to say, Gilda and Luciana, on the matter of the renters and the homeowners, I think it probably is, for the time being, anyway. Okay. Do D7 visa holders under the NHR need to submit Portuguese IRS tax returns?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, a simple answer. No, it depends about that. Right, okay.
No, look, and everyone that did the NHR process with us, when we said your NHR is approved, we put in bold letters that despite having the NHR, once you are a tax resident in Portugal, you need to submit tax returns.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And they are going to ask, Luciana, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've been asking for the tax returns, and of course that they ask for from the declaration of
no debt certificate. Yes. Besides this no debt certificate, it's important to present the IRS as well.
Okay, thank you very much on that. Now, your colleague Pedro Franco has sent in. He said what he describes as good news and bad news, real estate tax news, which I'll cover in the premium lounge session, and I'm sure he'll talk about it next town hall next week. That'll be. And but I'll give you a heads up, an early heads up on that in the premium lounge, which happens in about an hour from now, which is a little bit more informal, where Expats Portugal premium members can hang out and choose the agenda, and we'll do our best to help them and each other, of course. And it's a real peer-to-peer session as well. Very helpful, very useful. And I'll share that good news and bad news on real estate tax news, fresh in from Pedro Franco as well. So onward with those questions. Thank you for that about the NHR. Do responsibility agreements between spouses or partners need to be renewed? We've had mention of that, but could you answer that specifically? Do responsibility agreements between spouses or partners need to be renewed, Gilda?
Yes.
Okay. Right, these are nice and simple. No, it depends in these so far. Let's see if we can get a third answer as simple as that. Oh, okay. Which documents must be notarized to be accepted by AIMA? That's not going to be a simple question, but I think it's probably fairly straightforward on a list of documents that you're going to give me now. Which ones need to be notarized?
Okay. To be on the safe side, I already told you that the declaration from the landlord needs to have his signature recognized.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask for a document, passport, residency permit, or cartão do cidadão, a recognized copy of the document to prove that the signature is from that person. And I think for the renewal, that's it, right, Luciana?
Yes, and the passport, the new portal.
It's
a brand new information. Today we were submitting some documents for one of our clients, and the passport must be notarized as well. This is really new. It's a really brand new.
Cutting edge stuff. Every week we're finding out new things and exactly how to approach this. Thanks for that, Luciana. Right.
We find new things every day with these renewals. That's why we are under medication, Carl.
Yes. Yes, and Portuguese wine, of course.
Always.
Forza Vino. Okay, last question then, and I might do a quick scan of the comments just to see if we've got any universal themes that will be of use for the recording for us on YouTube, if you're hearing this on YouTube in the future. An NHR, back to the NHR, and an NHR related question, Gilda. Will Portugal continue to honour the 10-year NHR commitment for existing residents, a key concern for people because it was a very attractive part of moving here for those that were able to do it?
Yes, for those that got the NHR status, nothing is going to change. They are going to keep it.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Just make sure that even if you are not going to pay any taxes in Portugal, you need to fill the tax return.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Just because you think you don't owe any doesn't mean you don't have to fill in a tax return.
Yes.
Okay, they will be the judge of that. So you have to fill that in. And there are questions coming up along those lines, which I think we will address in the second part, where you can unmute as an Expats Portugal Premium member. Second part of of our chat with our experts here tonight, looking at the D7 renewals details that seem to be changing very rapidly, and we're staying on top of them here. That's what this webinar is all about this evening. And just a little bit of background on that, Gilda. When I asked you, like, why do they keep putting these things in? Is it to delay the process? Is it to buy time? I think what you said to me I think it was only last week when I asked you that question, it's because actually it's for a good reason, which is more staff are being brought in to process, but because new and untrained staff are coming in, they're giving them checklists, of which many of these things we're talking about tonight are part. Is that the explanation for it?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Is that the main?
Exactly.
Very good. So I think we will pause it there, and we'll come to the session with the Expats Portugal Premium members, except for maybe a last word or two. Anything we've missed? Any other words of support or warning you'd want to give? Luciana, can I start with you on that? And thank you so much for your input tonight so far.
Yes, as we explained, this is changing every day.
Yep.
So, of course, from our side, since we deal with many applications, many appointments, one important thing that we are seeing now for the renewals before July, as Jude explained it, because we have two different portals.
Yes.
And for these in-person renewals, we have been noticing that some clients has been receiving some notifications, exactly what you were saying, because unprepared staff, sometimes they simply don't see the document uploaded, and this is important. That's our service, including, even if our clients receive a notification, it does not mean that the process will be denied, but sometimes we need to prepare a kind of appeal, explaining and bringing additional documents, it can happen. And we have been observing, that AIMA, as I said before, they are more strict now with this process. And for in-person renewals, some clients have been receiving these notifications, but we can prepare and we can answer all these notifications. I think this is one thing that I would like to input. And yes, I think this is the most important thing that I would like to bring to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't go anywhere. We have part two coming up in just a moment. And just for you, Luciana, hey, definitely one of your many fans, says Clive. You're a rock star. Like all the
thank you, Clive.
So glad to have you helping the process and steering the ship. One of many positive comments for you. And finally, to you, Gilda, last words on this. It is changing. You're on top of it. You're helping people. Anything else you would like to add before we go into part two?
Yes. So we have many people concerned. We have many people concerned about the need of traveling with the residency permit expired. I think that this problem is going to end until the end of the year, because they are going to deal with it. They are now being very fast. of course, that with these new portals, they still have some bugs, but they are really working hard on it. But if you still have to go someplace with an expired residency permit, we can help you with a comfort letter.
Very good. Okay.
And I say this because I know that some people suffered a lot because they need to be with their relatives. Something is happening back home and they need to go. So we can help you with that if you are in the middle of getting your renewal.
Like I said before, I'm not sure you realize how much reassurance you do provide to people with devices of that kind, and the support and information that you give, and how you're responding moment by moment, it would seem.
Moment by moment, it's changing every day.
And just a final word, you know, I made reference there to how this is actually an improvement. You know, this is more staff are being brought in. They're dealing with the backlog. Can you just give us a last brief word on that? It looks like things are getting better, right? And which is great news.
Yes, things are getting better. And we even have now new AIMA offices being opened.
Yeah.
Today, for the first time, we went to the AIMA office in Fundão, which is quite new.
Okay.
So yes, they are opening more offices. They hired more people. And we are going to catch the backlog. And I think everything is going to turn as it was before. And this is good, and in my perspective, it's good and bad at the same time. They are being stricter. But why? Because there was many corruption before.
Yes.
And now they are asking for more documentation. They are chasing more things. They are making sure that you still have your passive income, or if you don't have your passive income, if your status has changed and now you have a job or you own a company. So they want to know. They want to know more, to know everything. It's getting harder and stricter, but I think it's for the good and safe of all of us.
For the right reasons. Okay, watch out for the Expats Portugal guide to what to do in the town where you have your appointments. I think that would be quite a good guide, wouldn't it? I was just thinking, have the cherries if you're going to Fundão, or ride on the Moliceiros if you're in Aveiro. Maybe we can put that together. Thank you so much so far to you, Luciana and Gilda, this evening, for a great job on this matter of D7 renewals, what people need to know in this process, as it seems to be changing every day. Thank you very much.
Looking for a place to call your own, where the sun shines bright and the seeds are sown. Portugal, it's the place to be. Join the community.